Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever it is that you are joining me, because we are all in different time zones in our global community. Welcome. Thank you for being with me. Grab your cup of coffee, tea, drink of choice, and join me for a quick coffee break. It's time for Coffee Chat, Mornings with Michele. I am Michele Peterson, Coach Michele Peterson. I am so glad that you have taken just a few moments to join me today. And whether it's live or on the replay, I love you still, however it is that you are joining me. And today I want to talk about this topic of phoning a friend. Now, if you are of a certain age, you'll remember the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire when they phoned a friend, right? It's when they had to answer the questions. They didn't know the answer, and so they were able to phone a friend to get the friend's take on the answer to the question. And so phone a friend may date you, depending if you remember that show or not. But, this idea of phoning a friend is so powerful, right? Because so many times, and I am guilty of it too, it is so much easier, we think, in our brains, and I guess it really is, right? To just text somebody instead, or send an email, or send them a DM, or, some other, just quick. We think that it's unobtrusive, and well, they can get the text whenever they can get to it, right? They can respond whenever they can get to it. We think that it is more convenient in a way, right? And yes, it is. However, it's also a little impersonal, right? It's just, even with emojis, and we try and, jazz it up, but it is just words on a screen. Now, the difference when you actually phone a friend, or I would say video chatting, is the same. You're actually hearing their voice. You're hearing the inflection. If you're on video, you're seeing them. And that connection is so much more powerful. It's a stronger connection. It's a stronger personal connection. And that is great for multiple reasons. Of course, it's good to stay connected with your friends, your family, your colleagues. I would even say even your customers, right? It's good to stay connected. And it's even better to stay connected when it is more of a personal platform, a personal communication channel that you're using, like the telephone. I know it's kind of old-fashioned, but with the telephone, or a video chat if we want to be modern about it. So this, I did a little research, and the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control, they actually have a blog, and one of their blog posts was about phoning a friend. Surprisingly enough, Centers for Disease Control, right? They say that conversation is a powerful coping tool, right? So if you saw the title, the description of this video, it is about that phoning a friend is not just good for your relationship of staying connected with that other person, but it's also good for you. It's good for your self-care. It's good to relieve stress. And that's what the CDC blog article is all about. It is talking about that, especially a phone call or the video chat, it helps you feel less alone. It helps you feel more connected in, these stressful times that we're going through. And this is not just true of the pandemic. It's true, in times of change, right? So I know this right now is a lot of schools are going back opening, are opening back up again. Perhaps you have a friend or family member whose child is moving away. They're going off to college, right? So there's these times of intense change. Holidays can be tough on people. Um, all of these times that some of them are good times. They're good things, they're good changes, but they are still stressful. And so when you can connect with somebody while you're going through those stressful times, instead of just isolating and going through your stress yourself, if you connect with somebody, it actually is good for you. It will help relieve that stress. It will help you cope. And that's what self-care is all about, right? Is taking care of yourself, your physical self, your mental self, your emotional self. Self-care is all of the above. So phoning a friend, actually taking the time to call somebody. And now I get it. I screen my calls. Sometimes I have my phone completely off because I am focused on doing my work or doing, whatever it is. So sometimes I don't answer. And so my friends, I hope you all know that if you are calling me and I don't answer, it's not because I have seen your name pop up and because I just don't want to talk. It's because I'm doing something else and I'm protecting my time by having my calls go straight to voicemail. Or my phone is this is on silenced and I turn it over so that I don't even see the screen popping up. So I don't even see it until, later, until my work block time is up and I check my messages. But here's the thing. So even connecting by leaving a voicemail is good because you're using your voice. You are still connecting with somebody using your voice, which is so much more personal than just texting them. And so it's good for them to hear your voice, but it's still good for you too. Isn't that crazy? So I encourage you to start using voice communication, personal communication. And I encourage you to do that by dialing their number and, actually talking to them on the phone. Talking to their voicemail counts, okay? Even better, jump on a video chat with them. And I know, we all talk about how we are so Zoom fatigued. I'm going to suggest that we are Zoom fatigued because we are not making personal connections on Zoom. We are being passive observers. We are not being active participants. When you are an active participant on Zoom, it is you do have that sense of being connected. We are not sitting across the table from one another. We are not in each other's physical space, but we are connected, and it is a face-to-face connection. You can see the facial expressions. You can hear the inflections of tone. So I'm suggesting that if you are feeling Zoom fatigued, that it is probably because you are just sitting there and having information delivered to you rather than being a participant and it being a conversation, it being a two-way street. And of course it's fatiguing to just have information bombarding you, all the time. Try it out. Try either, and it doesn't have to be Zoom. It can be, FaceTime. It can be a video message. I would prefer live streaming because then, you have the back and forth. But you guys, we have so much technology available to us right now. We need to embrace it and use it for our own benefit. Okay? So this idea of staying connected, I hope that you find your own ways to stay connected, personally connected, rather than, texting or email. And, the irony of this is I'm a writer. So I get paid to write words to communicate with people. And yet, I do believe that the personal connection, the personal phone call, or the personal video chat is more powerful. I mean, it's just undeniable. It is more powerful and it's more beneficial. So I encourage you to phone a friend today, reach out, make their day, but also you guys realize it's a benefit to you too in staying connected. I hope this has been helpful. I hope that you will phone a friend, and I would love for you to forward this, share this video with somebody else so that we can just reach more people and empower and have a better impact on everybody. Imagine if we started this trend of people calling each other. How amazing would that be? I appreciate you so much for being here with me. Go ahead, perhaps while you're finishing your cup of coffee, have that phone call. Have coffee with a friend. Virtually, that's okay. When this whole thing started, I had friends that we would have wine together and, over FaceTime, and it was so much fun. And so I encourage you to do that. I look forward to seeing you again soon. But until then, have a beautiful day and take care of yourself. Bye for now.